All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Absolutely Unnecessary Podcast. We have an Instagram page now, and we are live on that. TikTok to follow. So we're going to be regular from now on, which is good. So all the Absolute members and everyone who's interested in what we're doing here can follow along. Today, Simon and I have the privilege of being joined by Australia's #1 pound-for-pound professional fighter, as she has let us know consistently for the last few months.
Apparently she's about to get the one P4P.
Hashtag #1 pound-for-pound. And she's made the questionable decision to wear her belt into the podcast.
She wore it to grappling the other day.
Let me say it was forced upon me.
This is, I don't know about this as a move, Lisa, to have the belt around the waist for podcasting, but, you know, let's go for it.
Yeah. Gonna make the most of it.
So how is it? How does it feel? I know you fought on Hex a few times, and I know there was a bit of back and forth, you know, about your credentials going into this fight. So how does it feel to have performed the way you did?
Yeah, good. Like, I was just extremely determined to get this win. Trained pretty hard for this fight, and I just went in there trying to be as composed and good as I could be to get that belt.
Would it be fair to say that you fight better when you're a bit fired up, when you think that people doubt you a little bit?
Yes, because previously I had actually heard a podcast where my opponent was saying that I'm technically not great, I'm really unfit, I get tired in the first round. So hearing that actually made me want to do even better.
Yeah.
So I went in there trying to be extra fit, trying to be extra like good and technical. I didn't come forwards because she said I'd just come forwards and be scrappy basically. So I just wanted to prove that I would be the complete
you went
opposite of
backwards
that.
and were scrappy. It was much.
And also motivating listening to that on the podcast and then hearing Simon's repeat it to you for the fight camp as well. So
anything to get them motivate.
For sure, you got to find the buttons to push for each fighters. And like I know we all. Like all of us in the fight team, from the top of the pros down to the newest of the amateurs, we all respond differently to, you know, some people, if you yell at them, they go fully into their shell and they don't like it. Some people need to be, you know, fired up a bit aggressively to get in there. And that's half of, I think, your battle is finding how each of us need to be coached.
Lisa doesn't like being yelled at.
Look, I do.
I
make cry when I get yelled at.
Why do you do it all the time then?
She drives me crazy.
Very cool.
It's honestly though, Lisa, it's been great to see since your loss how you've bounced back and how well you've done and how you've committed yourself to the filling the holes in your game. You got 6 in a row. It's hard enough to find fights. And you've jumped at every single one. You always want to take tough fights, and now you're on the cusp of that UFC shot, which I think you're going to do really well when you get there.
No, I was actually most shocked, though, I think, hearing Mitch Tinley and Cal Potter talk about the fight, and they just said that Lisa's smarts got her through. And I thought I would never.
I didn't hear that. Well, I'll take it, though.
I don't know if that's actually what, like Cal said, she's just a very smart fighter, which I thought... You're normally pretty accurate, Kel, but you missed. No, but you did actually stamp like you did the right things at the right time in terms of stamping rounds. When there was closest rounds, you finished strong. First two rounds, when it was like close, I thought you were winning the exchanges, especially in terms of damage. How much damage was done, I thought you were winning. But then the way you shot the takedowns and finished them was brilliant.
Definitely. Yeah, 100%.
And then third was close, probably. Third was close to, you could give that to Amina. And then fourth, I thought, was close-ish. And then the last 40 seconds, this time when you held her on the fence, you actually unloaded.
And
I went, that stamped the fourth round. So I was pretty confident going to the fifth that you already had 3. So I thought, one judge obviously didn't see that.
I didn't agree with the split decision, but...
Yeah, I think 50-45 could have been right. I had it probably 49-46. But then again, I'm probably conservative because I've told you you've lost a couple of times that you haven't. But, you know, so I'm still... But anyway, no, it was good. Great fight.
So what's next for you? What do you want to do over the next 6 months?
Look, I'm on a 6-win streak now and I've fought majority of the girls in the country. There's a very small pool of females in Australia. So I think I get a shot at the UFC after this. So I think I'm at a point to get there.
Do you envision that going through Contender Series?
either or.
However it comes.
Whatever's best to me. Like
that's the best attitude.
Yeah,
however it comes.
Both are very good opportunities, and I believe I do.
She
very
did
well
say,
with both.
she just said to me, "I'll just so you know, I'd prefer to go straight in, not contender series."
I did say that.
Yeah. She's like, I'll probably just take the direct option. Thanks, Simon. Look, just make that happen for me.
You know what though?
Come on, Dana.
You know what though? That was what I had said to Simon as well.
Yeah.
And a bit of advice we got was that going through contender series is sort of Dana and the UFC's preferred route now because it kind of makes you a product of the UFC before you're even in the UFC. And then your journey from then, you sort of start on the front foot. You have the ball rolling already. So like my social media numbers and engagement and stuff from my first fight, were quite a bit higher than I would have if I was just buried on the undercard as a regular debut. And I also think the toughness of the contender series as an event puts you in a really good position to roll into your debut really well. Yep. And everyone who I've spoken to who went through that same process has agreed. So I get it's nice to just go, fuck, just give me the 3 fight or the 4 fight first up. I just want to go straight to it. But the contender series, if that opportunity does come that way, is a really, really good opportunity to go forward.
Yep. Most of the time you see people that get direct signed and normally the B side coming in late replacement.
Yes.
And that's also what the opportunity may come. And if he gets offered, you got to take it, But, like your opponent would be a classic example, having Sadiq Youssef into you. Like, they did 2 tough fights, and I don't know whether he'll get a third.
Oh, he will. He's got 4 on his contract.
Yeah, but they don't often give the 4th. If you've lost 3, you're definitely not.
So he's got 1 more to go.
Yeah,
I think he was hopeful of getting a fight in Boston because he's from Boston, and there's another Boston featherweight. So, I think he's hopeful to get another one.
Yeah, but I don't think I've heard anyone go 0-4. Most of the time, it's 0-2 or 0-3,
and then see you later. Yeah, fair enough.
But anyway,
that's good. All right, well, exciting 6 months coming up for you, Lisa. Yep. What else is going on? Anything else you want to talk about?
Not really. Just
it's a podcast. You're here to talk, so you better give something.
Pressure.
Fucking on the mat, we can't shut her up.
I know.
We get her on a podcast.
I've had a bit too much caffeine before this. Nothing. Just back to training now. I'm back to coaching. So just staying active and staying ready for hopefully that call soon.
I've got a good question. What is, can you remember a specific sentence or paragraph, the worst spray you've ever copped from Simon?
Oh, there's a few.
Oh, God, I don't know what you're talking about.
Too much pressure. I can't think right now. I'll have to get back to that.
Too much pressure.
I'll have to think on that one.
Fair enough.
Probably about trying to distinguish between your left and right hand.
Probably, yeah. Look, I do tend to get my left
your left hand, Lisa. No, your left hand. No, that's your right hand still, Lisa.
Yeah.
No, that's still your right hand, Lisa. Your fucking left hand, Lisa.
I still think.
Actually, your fight. Inside kick. Let's stop the inside kicks, Lisa. Let's look for the outside. No, that's inside again, Lisa. No, that's still inside. No, outside kick. The outside. Then she throws one. Yes, it's on the money. That's the one. She's bladed. Don't throw inside kick. Inside kick, inside kick, inside kick.
I will say that in this fight, I just went, I was so nervous backstage. It's probably the most nervous I've ever been just because I wanted it so badly. Yeah. But as soon as I walked out there, it's like I harnessed it in a different way, but I was just so in my own zone that I just kind of saw nothing but her in there.
Translate, head in my own ass.
What's that? No, I just honestly saw nothing but her and it's a weird,
that's the same.
That was a good feeling, but
exact same as me in my last fight.
Yeah.
And we spoke about that, and you have to address that and try and come back to getting better than that, because we were lucky in the fact that in those fights we were winning rounds, right? And it's all well and good to look back on it and go, I was really zoned in. But then if we don't take that and go, right, well, what if I didn't win the first round? What if I didn't? What if you didn't stamp the first 2 and you had to make an adjustment and we weren't listening? That's a problem. So good things for us to work on.
Yeah.
But I reckon my favourite one, there's so many on the mat, but probably we can't even say them on the podcast. So we'd get flagged. But the best one I think what
just a bit closer.
Oh, sure.
What was the what fight was it? I think it was No, Lisa, don't go to the back. No, Lisa. Lisa, don't go to the back. Lisa, stay on top. Lisa, don't go to the back. Don't go to the back. Lisa, fuck!
Which one was that?
Oh, I can't remember what fight it was.
Was that,
was
that my debut?
And it was
no.
It was so clear, like 3 or 4 times, and then just, fuck!
Yes. I don't remember that.
I possibly was the Jacinta fight, I think.
Yeah.
Or a leash, my last amateur maybe.
No, I'm pretty sure it was probably Jacinta.
The thing that cost me the fight.
Yeah, and you'd done it previously in the round 2, and I was like, you fell off the back, and I was like, next time don't jump up on the back. And I could see you like, she was already like tripoding up a little bit, and you're like,
that's exactly right. It was at the pavilion.
It was at the pavilion. Because I was
Lisa,
like,
don't
jump on the back, and I could see you like, well, I'm going to jump on the back again, and I was like, don't do it. Don't.
I will say.
And I was like, I think I repeated like 6 or 8 times. In the end, I was like,
Look, that was it. Probably one of my biggest learning lessons, because from that, obviously, that cost me the fight, basically.
Yeah.
Never will I jump someone's back again like that.
You did against Mary, and you just happened to get a finish, and then you're like,
But I got the choke on, but
yeah, and that's.
Anyway, we're gonna have an
anyway.
It's like reward for the wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Positive reinforcement for a negative action.
The Kimura.
What's that? Sam's
Kimura. We've got to stop him doing that. Then he gets the finish in the fight.
Yeah,
I told you.
Yeah, and I was about to say, let go of that shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got the finish. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Play on.
Anyway.
What else? Who else fought that night? So we had Khan fight that night. Have we recapped that already?
No, we haven't.
We haven't recapped that. Or have we? Nah. So Khan went out there. Short notice. I said on this podcast the week before the fight, I said Khan is severely underrated in this country. He doesn't get half the respect that he's due for what he's done in our division in Australia. And he went out there, and Jarrett brought it, and we knew he was going to try and create that car crash in the first round. He wanted it to be wild, and he did exactly that, because it was so wild in the first round.
Yeah.
And I think in you guys, we can link it in the description. There's a post-fight breakdown up on the Absolute page, behind the scenes footage that we've put together. There's a really clear moment in the corners where Simon, you tell Khan, you say, hey, you've got the grappling, like you've got his measure. You just need to go there, and the fight just completely turns around there, and Khan just dominates from there. So after that sort of flurry in the first couple rounds, first round especially, to take that info in and execute it, good on him. Good on him. And I really believe Khan should be fighting at that global level. He's got to be in Contender Series and getting a shot in the UFC. So, I really hope that opportunity comes for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's fought, in 11-2, 12-2, 11-2.
He's 11-2 now.
Yeah, so, look, but it's also the quality of the people that he has fought. There's been people out there that have still talked shit about him the whole time, but he hasn't dodged anyone. And he's also had wins across, UA Warriors and, where else has he fought? I think it's Brave, AFC. And even if you look, he hasn't lost since 2016, and that was to Isaac Hardman.
At lightweight.
Yeah. So
ridiculous.
Yeah, he's really bought. And that Jair Jr. is a very good fighter, so ex-Bellator guy, that guy. He's very good. Yeah. So anyway, I just hope he gets his opportunity.
Yeah. Good on Khan. We're proud of him. He did really well.
Yeah.
Then we had, who did we have fight at Demolition? Ash fought Demolition.
And Rob Pell.
And Ash went down via a decision.
Split decision?
It was split, was it?
Yeah, very close fight. Could have gone either way.
Could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Cool. And Rob had a win.
Yeah, Rob had a really good...
Did he grapple?
Yeah, so he did. He made some good adjustments during the fight, because he actually took the guy down in the first round 2 or 3 times and then let him get back up. Tried to give way too much space and look to pass, and then second and third made the adjustment to basically stay hip to hip in close guard and just beat him up from inside the guard. So
yeah, cool.
He copped a really good. I think he copped one good shot in the first round that put him a little bit. So he copped a good one. It's probably similar into the fight on Salt. I think he copped one good right hand and he copped one good right hand again. Yeah. But he was actually looking pretty good on the feet as well. It's probably winning it until he got one catch and then went to shoot and then did pretty well. And his opponent Terrence is a decent purple belt. So
I think he's good. He's had tough fights all the way through.
What are the other boys who's fighting Terrence now? Oh, Daniel Mercurio.
Oh, yeah. That's a good fight.
Yeah.
I really like that fight.
Yeah. So, yeah, Dan's obviously... Well, we could probably preview Bushido tomorrow. I don't know when this is going to go out, but yeah, we've got Dan and Hector both fighting on Bushido.
Yeah,
Dan's fighting a very high level of
Is he on weight already, Daniel?
Yeah, Dan's on weight. And
Hector's on weight too. Yeah, good on him.
Yeah. That is some interesting spelling.
Mosquito.
I was about to say something. I didn't know where I was going.
B-U-S.
You've been typing something else into the internet. And yeah, that one. Second one. Yeah.
Salt's next weekend.
That's next weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. So we got... not really interested in much of this apart from Hector. Hector 0-1, bantamweight versus Kia Abazian. Do we know much about that fight?
Kia's a debut. I think he might have had a striking fight or two in. He's from Wolfstead in WA, so he'll be well drilled and well trained.
Sure.
But look, I mean, Hector's obviously had a couple of striking fights as well, and his jiu-jitsu's been getting better. So he's probably one of the guys that excited to sort of see. He's been, I think he's one of the guys, if we were perfectly honest, if we had more going on with Thai boxing, he'd probably be still fighting Thai, but he's sort of come across and joined in all the other training. So I'm really hoping he does well. He's a great dude, Hector. So
he's done well in his grappling comp. Didn't he have a few comps?
Actually he did one of the Bushido no head contact, and I think he won both those fights there as well.
Good.
Yeah, and he did Grappling Industries. I think got a few wins there.
Yeah.
Won his Bushido thing. So yeah, looking forward to it.
And Daniel, Southpaw Daniel.
Yeah, really interesting fight. He's fighting like that guy's like an Estonian national wrestling team dude or something. Wow. He's probably going to be slightly smaller than Daniel, but he's got very good wrestling credentials. But first MMA fight, no striking fights. Yeah, so I think he'll be trying to take. Hopefully, Dan rates his jiu-jitsu, but I'm not sure. Hopefully, what he does, why he does. But anyway, but Dan's striking's quite clean. Like I reckon for an early level amateur, it's quite good. Yeah.
And then, is that the only fights we've got on this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, we got obviously Eternal next weekend.
Eternal's next weekend. We'll do that now, I reckon.
Yeah, might as well.
You'll be on the Gold Coast already next week, so I might have another guest.
Charles
Sam.
You'll be on too.
Oh yeah, Sam.
Sam Miles. Yeah, Sam Miles.
He's
on weight. Yeah.
Sean Olsen, he's fighting. Very experienced Thai boxer, like 20 odd fights.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So and a purple belt.
Oh wow.
So tough fight.
Sam needs tough fights. So
correct.
He's on that cusp, isn't he?
Yeah. So we'll see how. Yeah.
All right. So we got the main event. Caleb Rideout versus Joseph Luciano, 7-2 versus 7-1. Obviously, Eternal on the Gold Coast in March of last year. They were both fighting, and before Caleb had the belt, and Caleb called Joey out, and basically said he was ducking him, which could not be further from the truth.
Yeah, we'd actually tried to make that match up on Rogue and sent the invite. Yeah. But anyway.
But so Joey's obviously prepped, ready to go. I'm really looking forward to watching that fight. I was hoping to get up to the Gold Coast, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get there. I think it's an interesting stylistic matchup. On paper, I think you go, Joey's the grappler, Caleb's the striker. Caleb's got kind of a wild style, so he can kind of catch you randomly. But Joey's quite sound defensively, and I think we've spoken about it before, but just a workhorse, fitness for days. And he had quite a few problems going into his last fight.
Yeah.
And this one, he's more sound, I would say, going in. So looking forward to that. I think Joey, again, with a win there, he sort of cements himself as the next guy to be getting that contender call up, especially as 8-1 as a pro and with his significant amateur record.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And he's 8-1, he's 8 in a row.
I think 7. I think he went 1.
Didn't he go? No, he went 0-1 his first fight.
No, I think he went 1-1.
Or did he? Maybe I'm wrong. Yep, you're right.
It's still 7 in a row is pretty handy. Yeah. So, and that Carlos Prats, who he lost to on one, was, I think, not trying to make excuses, but I believe he was very sick, and you can see he was 1-0 against 10-6, but that guy's had like 50 pro kickboxing fights too.
Right.
Like very high level pro.
Yeah.
I think a black belt, 50 kickboxing fights, and 10-6. So it was a pretty tough second.
Tough second fight.
And it was a decision.
He
went the distance. So,
Cool. Really so that's
good.
that one. We don't have anyone else on there.
No. Good. Salt.
Salt fight twos. We've got Larry
Just Larry?
And Mason.
Oh, Mason.
Larry and Mason the better. Mason, great fight. I really like that fight.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. Mason versus Jet Fisher, isn't it?
Yeah, correct.
So Mason, one of the more gifted athletic guys we have in the gym. Sometimes Simon and I have to pull ourselves up because he often gets thrown in with the upper level guys, me and Khan and Raja and Sem, and he almost gets treated like one of us, and we have to sometimes remind ourselves that he's just an amateur and he's still learning a lot.
Yeah.
Because he's so athletic, he can get away with the other guys with things that you might, he makes up for the lack in certain skills in areas with just pure athleticism.
Yeah.
So, he's a really exciting prospect, and I hope he keeps at it.
Because I think last year he debuted.
Yeah.
So, he's considering he's a first year amateur. What is it? 2022. Yeah, March. So it's less than a year since his first fight.
Did my boy dirty.
Yeah. But he hadn't been training for that long when he jumped into that.
Yeah. Shout out Jacob.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
What's that?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Cool. That's it. So we've got and Larry against Callum Berritri.
Yeah.
I know nothing about that. Simo?
Look, a grappler coming up in size. I haven't sort of seen much of his stuff lately. He's done the slap fighting and the cage grappling stuff. Tassie boy. So I know he'll probably come in fairly ready.
Is he from
HTC, I believe. Yeah. I'm now. I could be wrong, but
360 degrees martial arts.
Okay.
Bridgewater,
I'm
South
not
Australia.
Yeah.
Wrong on the two fronts there, or what do you reckon?
What's it?
Is Tapology wrong, or are you wrong?
Not confident, but I don't think that would have been the organisation that nominated him. Put it that way. He might sort of have gone through. Yeah, I think he's been all over the shop with. I mean, look at that. The weight, he went amateur and then pro, and then I can't make sense really of Tapology.
There's just something shiny glinting in my eye. I keep looking over.
I
Lisa's
take it
still
off,
sitting with the belt on.
We've asked you to take it off for 2 weeks, Lisa. Apparently,
give me one more week with it. Let me milk it.
Oh, shit. Is that all? That's all the fights we have to discuss, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So is this the next UFC card?
Yeah.
Let's do some prediction. Is that March 11th? This weekend.
Peter Yan wins. Romanov wins. Span wins. I won't make any other predictions. Span, Romanov, Yan. Who are the betting line favourites in those?
I've got to go Nurmagomedov just because I've got no idea which one he is or whatever.
But he's a Nurmagomedov.
Beards don't lie.
We don't use... This isn't on screen, isn't it? This isn't. It's on screen.
Why?
Fuck, because we should be Palmer bet.
Yeah, someone else. While we get this up, Lisa, what would you say, because you're partial to putting on a bit of weight after a fight, what would you say top 3 meals to eat after a fight camp?
That's a good question.
Don't act like you have to think hard.
No,
you've been doing nothing but eating for last week.
Korean barbecue. All you can eat Korean barbecue.
That's number 1?
One of my favourite, absolute favourite.
Number 2?
Italian. Pasta,
You're
pizza.
being really broad here, going with cuisines more so than meals.
You're giving countries.
Yeah.
Fucking not food.
Pizza and pasta, hot chips.
Oh, just what?
Pizza.
I love
That was
it.
the worst list. We can't even click that.
Korean
That was
barbecue.
the worst list
Of course
ever.
you can.
Here, we'll try again. Ready?
Let's
Simo,
go again.
after you've done a fight camp,
ask
what's
me.
the 3 best meals you would
Kebabs.
eat? Just on personal preference.
I suppose because I'm always thinking pancakes straight after.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
always
no
tasty.
pancakes.
I know that's straight
No,
after
100%.
weight cut, that you're starting
That counts though. In terms of cravings through fight camp.
Oh
that's
yeah,
100%.
Pancake, yes.
Yeah, I know because I fucking love ice cream. It's probably more the dessert, the ice creams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Insane. That.
So 1 pancakes, 2 ice cream. What's your third go-to?
Oh, look, I like
burgers.
What's that?
Burgers.
I'm not. I'm probably not. I mean,
You don't love burgers.
I know
well,
I do.
you eat
but
enough burgers the rest of the time
like
anyway, so who cares?
Let's be honest, I've barely cut weight for anything.
I saw you cut fucking heaps of weight once when we weighed in that same night when we fought the Koreans.
Oh yeah, that time I did, and I overcut by 2 kilos.
Yeah.
That time I cut a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Like probably.
You told me you cut like
Chinese.
14 kilos in 3 weeks or something in Thailand.
Yeah, so I took that. It was 84 kilos. I was fighting at middleweight, and then Trent rang and said, "Oh, we've got something 2.5 weeks out or 3 weeks out," and I went, "Oh, I think I'm like 93 or 94." I said, "Yeah, no, that'd be fine, no problems. You know, I'm not far off, you know." And then was going to Thailand or whatever, and then I was just like, "Oh fuck, I better just jump on the scale." So I was like 100.8, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like
3 weeks out.
Yeah, just under 3 weeks, and I had
Jesus.
16 kilos, and but I ended up on fight day, like on the last day, I was doing a bath. I had like 800 grams. I'll just do it longer to make sure I go under. And I went 2.1 kilos under. Like I hit 81.6 or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's a big bath.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
Can I go back to that question?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
annoying me now.
You want to name more
I
countries?
do.
Or?
No, so let's
All right, let's go.
Ask me again.
Give us a 1, 2, 3. Because how this
So-
works, right? I'll explain it to you.
Explain it to me.
Josh will take the footage.
Is this
and
not
he'll
live?
put. No, it's not live.
Oh, I thought this was live. Oh,
Josh will take the
okay.
footage. Josh will take the footage. He'll put it into a clip, and it will say, like, you speaking, and as you speak, it'll pop out. It'll be like, number 1, KFC, and there'll be like a little zinger box.
Okay.
And then you can post it, and we can post it, and if you say something funny.
Okay, well, I'm going to steal yours, but it's true. All right, ask away.
Okay, Lisa. Hang on.
I'm ready. But I'm adding Korean barbecue in there.
Okay. Lisa, what are your top 3 favourite foods to eat after you've, been
So
to a fight camp?
I will say pancakes are number 1. So every time after I fight that morning, I will go find a cafe that does pancakes.
Pancakes?
Every single time.
Yep. What kind of toppings are you going for?
I like the coconut ice cream.
Coconut ice cream or coconut cream?
No, they put the ice cream in the one I go to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Number 2.
Korean barbecue. I know. Just a lot of. I'm not going to say that.
You like a lot of meat,
A lot
don't
of
you?
meat. I love a barbecue. What can I say? Korean barbecue is the
same.
best.
Love a Korean
And
barbecue.
I love hot chips. Something about hot chips. With
Do you have a
extra
specific
salt.
one?
No, they're all KFC ones are
Oh,
pretty good.
fucking KFC chips are the money.
KFC
they're
and
so good.
Zinger
Schnitz,
I love everything.
Schnitz
But yeah,
chips slap.
I haven't had them before.
Never had
they're
Schnitz
Never
chips.
had
Yeah,
it.
they're good
Oh,
as
maybe
well.
I've
Diamond
never
cut.
bought them. Never
Diamond cut elite.
Yeah.
But yeah, chips are pretty good.
For the great chip shortage.
But name about 20 other
Is there a
things.
chip
yeah.
shortage?
There's a massive chip shortage. Have
There's
you
not a chip
What?
shortage.
There
I
is a
did
massive
actually.
chip
This-
shortage.
Not a
during
chip
COVID,
shortage.
there might have been.
No, there's been a whole thing with the potatoes and stuff like.
I love a sweet-
Look, if there was a man who knew there was a chip shortage, it would be you.
Remember they said there was a KFC shortage?
How many times I've like bought a combo and they're like, oh, of course it doesn't come with chips, and I've like raged and done a Karen. Where am I? No, but legit there has been
Now I want chips.
like a lot, like Robbie's, no chips. No chips.
Really?
Going back
Robbie's
this way.
got good
Tried to give
Ice cream in your protein shakes, though.
What's that?
Yeah, he makes a
Sweet potato fry. But
now I want hot chips. Give me all the hot chips after swearing.
Yeah, 100%.
Fish and chips.
Yeah, cool.
what about you? So your top 3?
Oh, easily. Zinger box, number 1.
Yeah, they're good.
Number 2, pancakes and like ice cream and syrup and shit like that. And number 3, just a big like old school Chinese feed. Like sweet and sour battered chicken.
Black beans
and rice and
I
just
like
that
a
real
spicy squid.
The real like MSG heavy.
Yeah.
Very westernized version of that Chinese.
And a night out at a
like
retreat.
that would sound like Bacchus Marsh Chinese.
Yeah.
Where it's,
I'm not
it's
looking,
cooked by fucking Tony and Lisa or something. And
I'm not looking for anything really fancy.
it's our take on Chinese. Like, served in the marsh. Sweet and sour pork. We double fry it.
Number 1, they're easy.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Lisa, you can take the
Can I
belt
take
off.
the belt
You're
off?
off camera now. You can take the belt off or keep wearing it. Up to
I
you.
might walk down the gym with it.
But seriously, thanks for being our guest. And
Thank you guys.
Hope to get
Thanks
you
for
on
having
UFC.
me. I'll get it off.